Hi, Connor Gunn here from Lethbridge News Now. Welcome to the weekly from LNN, where we go over some of the biggest stories from this past week and what you can look forward to this weekend. Canada's most expensive election in history has left the country with another projected Liberal minority. The 44th federal election has estimated of $600 million for the cost, or about $108 million more than in 2019. While the Conservative picked up a few more seats in the Maritimes, Tory blue is the predominant color across Saskatchewan, Alberta, and Western BC. Lethbridge MP Rachel Harder easily held on to her riding, along with Medicine Hat, Cardston Warner MP Glenn Motts, and Foothills MP John Barlow. Tyler Chandra was no longer Alberta's health minister. Following a swearing-in ceremony on Wednesday, Jason Copping will take over that role. Chandra was moved to Copping's former role and is the new Labour and Immigration Minister. Chandra spent much of his 2 years as health minister in labour negotiations with healthcare workers, and after learning that he's no longer in that role, one of the main unions representing healthcare workers said, quote, "Good riddance." LPS have charged a 27-year-old man from Lethbridge in relation to a firing of a gun in South Lethbridge. While dealing with a collision around 3:15 p.m., an officer believed he heard a gunshot in the 220 block of 7th Ave South and saw a vehicle leaving the scene. Witnesses confirmed a man had shot a round from a rifle and then left on foot. The area was cordoned off, and all officers helped staff at a nearby French school to ensure students were safe. The suspect was quickly located and a firearm was recovered. Rory McGinnity faces 5 charges, including careless use of a firearm and discharging firearm without the intent to injure. It's been confirmed that the Lethbridge City Council candidate has a criminal record. Bradley Whalen, who used to legally go by Bradley Sampson in Nova Scotia, was charged in 4 separate incidents between 2004 and 2006. Some of those charges include child luring, robbery, fraud, and theft under $5,000. He spent over 3.5 years in custody, and Whalen has provided a lengthy explanation for his past actions on his official campaign website, as he's still a council candidate on the city's page. Lethbridge Police held their graduation ceremony for 2 K9 officers, and they're also saying goodbye to one of the force's best veterans. I got to capture some of the action from Tuesday. Here's the clip. Police's K9 unit is saying goodbye to a seasoned veteran and is congratulating 2 members for graduating their training. Police service dog Arco is retiring after over 10 years on the force, and Aaron's handler, Steven Zwarple, says his dog's best attribute is his sniffer.
Aaron's bring me from the origin of the offense to a good possible suspect, and just without that there's no way I could do that as a human. Obviously the dog can smell human scent along the way and gives us signs and articles, and just adds to the evidence of the case, right?
Aaron went through a drill sniffing out 3 items, seeing if he could track them, and it looks like all that training has paid off. Zepp, on the other hand, is quite the athlete. His handler, Terry Fegut, says his bond with his dog is something special.
Most pet owners would probably, agree with me that it's just a unique bond between animal and human, and to be able to get paid to do that and hang out with an animal is awesome. It's surreal.
The ceremony held Tuesday thanked Arco for his service and will now serve for the rest of his days as a loving house dog. But PSD Zepp and PSD Aaron are brand new incoming stars ready to get out on the street. For Lethbridge News Now, I'm Connor Gunn. Those are just a few of the stories we've been covering this week. To stay up to date on the latest local and regional news, head over to lethbridgenewsnow.com or find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or our Lethbridge News Now mobile app. And if you have any stories or topics that you'd like us to follow, send us a message. Thanks for watching, and tune in next Friday for another edition of The Weekly with me, Connor Gunn. Have a great weekend.